Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video, and today we'll be doing a 100% beginner guide for fishing. Now, I usually like to yap a lot, so today we'll be getting right into it. So, what you need basically, I'm probably going to do this on one clip just for myself while I'm editing. What you really need, there's a few basic necessities that you need 100%. There's a few other things that will make your life a lot easier. For example, a pocket knife. Help you cutting line and normal tasks like skinning a fish. Anyways, let's just go over something before we start. There are many different types of fishing, I guess. There are ice fishing, boat fishing, deep sea fishing, normal fishing, I guess, on a lake, fishing from the bank, which is nothing's wrong with that if you don't have a boat, and ice fishing, you really can't have a boat. So anyways, your boats really don't need to be out in the winter, but personally, I don't want to go ice fishing. I only go normal fishing, I guess. But okay, now that we have that done with, just talk about, before we talk about what you need to cast and all that, first we'll be talking about what you need to get there, obviously a car or a truck, and what to use when you get there. First, we'll just go down the line. So first, obviously need a truck or car. I only like to put my fishing pole in the cab of your truck because it scratches stuff up. I like to put it in the bed, but if your bed's not big enough, putting it in your cab is an option. Also, a lot of times, I don't really like to do this for some reason, but fishing poles will detach and you can like tape them together. Anyways, whatever I'm saying, I'm saying is, if you're just now getting into fishing, I would heavily not recommend a boat, and here's why. I've had so many instances, and I'm not really a fisherman myself, but I know a lot about it, kind of. A lot of people have said that they're wanting to go fishing, so they bought a boat. They used it about 3 times a week, and then they got other stuff to do, and they wound up just letting it free. They wound up letting it just get destroyed and sat there for like 10 years or something like that. Anyways, don't let that happen to you, and here's why. Before you're ever going to get on a boat, this is what you need to do. You need to first get your rod. Any rod will work just for your first one. You don't need a random rod or all that trouble. All you need to do, I'm sure everyone has a rod, but if you don't have a rod for some reason, you can go and buy one at Walmart. Buy a cheap one, I guess, just one that will do the job for a few casts. Go to the bank and start doing about once every 3 days or so. Do that for about a month. And then sit yourself down and think about it. Ignore the thought about how fun it would be to have a boat and race across Mississippi River or any lake. Think about how fun. Take away everything that's fun. Think, do I really want to do this? Seriously. Think about how time it takes. It's a great hobby, a great side hustle. Think about how stuff can go wrong. Think about how you can, die somehow if you get swept under or whatever. Think about how much it costs. Think about how much debt you'll be in. You won't be in a lot of debt, but probably about $5,000 if you do a big boat. And speaking of boats, don't buy an $80,000 boat even if you have money to spend. I mean, if you have money to spend, that's no reason to buy an $80,000 boat. I mean, The only reason you would be wanting to buy one of those is if you had money to spend and you're wanting a speedboat or something. There's no point buying a $1,000 boat. Get you $10,000 boat if that's even a thing. Nice. You can do one like I have here. Let me show you. I'm actually staying on one for information. Let me show you this one right here. Yeah, I think you can see that back there is the motor. It's a normal Nissan motor. It's a hand one, you know. Nothing wrong with it. This boat right here is pretty nice. And also, on newer boats, even on the 2000 ones, I think, you'll drive it kind of, which is how most boats are, which is perfectly fine. But yeah. But, so now, let's get on something else in the boat. You always need a motor if you don't have one. I mean, who would want to paddle across a lake? I mean, and I'm not saying you shouldn't get a paddle. Always have at least one paddle. I highly recommend getting 2 paddles though. At least have one. There's no exception of not having a paddle. If your thing goes down, well, you'll have a spare motor, which you should have. It's not a spare motor, but I don't know what to call it. I'll show you. It's one of those right here. It's one of these things. I don't know what it's called, but make sure you have one of those. If that fails, you should also have a paddle. I still highly recommend having 2 paddles always on board. Okay, now that's pre-safety. You do need a what's more important than this is also important, but you need to always have a life jacket, of course. If you wreck your ship for some reason and you can't find land to capture or settle in, you need to be able to swim, you know. This also helps if you don't know how to swim. Even if you do know how to swim, still have one, because I've been in Mississippi before and it swept me under and I won the whirlpool. I'm just joking. But in either way, you always need to have a life jacket on. Now, in a river is more important than if in the lake. I mean, you should always have, you need to, it depends on if you are in any lake that's under 8 feet, you should still wear a life jacket. Because you should always wear a life jacket. I'm not going to do 10 minutes of telling you why to wear a life jacket. I need to get on the next thing, so that's what we're going to do. A lot of people think they absolutely have to have a built-in cooler, and while many boats have built-in coolers, it's not a 100% necessity. It makes your life easier, but if you don't have one, just buy you a $30 Coleman, whatever it's called, cooler. I mean, just sit it there, open it up, and put it down. And cooler is a necessity too, because one, most importantly, it keeps you hydrated. You can store all your drinks in there, and 2, it keeps your fish. But personally, I'd get a separate cooler for that. So yeah. All right. Now let's get on to something else. Now let's go down the line again. What you do absolutely need to have is fishing rod. This one right here. And I know a lot of you, if you're watching this, even if you do know how to fish, which is perfectly okay, you probably know this is about $160. But from where I got it, it's about $60. So I got a really good deal. Anyways, yeah. yeah, so of course you need a fishing rod. I think everyone knows what that is. But you also need some fishing line, which I have some right here on my thing. Here's some fishing line. Mine's a little backlash, you know, because I'm not the best fisherman, but anyways, yeah. And what you also need is unless you hook a fish, because your hook, which you need a hook too, I think we all know that too, that one medium-sized hook. For beginners, I would recommend a G hook over a J, because the J, you have to manually go up like that. However, if you, because it'll hook the fish itself, but if you don't do this, then it won't catch the fish, because the fish will take its artificial bait first. Okay. So, yeah, I would highly recommend a tackle box with many with preferred baits that you like. And for example, I'm just gonna name off a few baits that I like. Never use a wacky worm, but I think it's pretty good. Texas rig's pretty good. Any regular worms, but I don't think you wouldn't be putting in here. Minnows would be pretty good, but you need something. You need basically a bag for minnows. You could chop off a bluegill's head, but yeah, something like this with this right here makes it vibrant and like what's that? It's something that's shiny to increase visibility from fish. So if it's going through like thick vegetation, they can see it. This is pretty good too. Nice. Let me show you something else I like too. Honestly, I don't know where it went. Okay, so like I said, you need a tackle box. Makes your life a whole lot easier. Tackle box is a necessity, to be honest, unless you're only having one artificial bait on that's already attached to your pole, which I do not recommend. But are a few other necessities too. If you're catching bigger stuff than bluegill, you absolutely need a net. Now, I bet you could buy these at Walmart. I don't know where this one was. And to be honest, if you're a blacksmith, blacksmith you a circle, and then make it go down to here. Blacksmith you a handle, and nail it in. And then buy you some net, tie it on, or even a basketball net, to be honest. Anyways, that would work. Or if your net comes off, just put on some basketball net, I suppose, if that would even work. Or just find some kind of net to put on here, like this. But if you're fishing anywhere if you're fishing bluegill, this is not a very big necessity unless you saw a 10-pound bluegill, I guess. I'm at 5-pound. But if you're fishing a small or largemouth bass, this is probably a necessity. Now, if you are fishing catfish, absolutely. Anything that is bigger than a bluegill, I'll take it. But for a beginner, I would absolutely want to take this first because I've never really experienced getting a fish over a pound, but if I understand how it feels that if you got a 30-pound catfish and you got it, but you don't have one of these, so you try to reel it in and you try to pull it this way and whatever, and try to grab the line and then it gets off. You try to go down and get it, but it gets away. I understand how bad that would make people feel. I don't be happy if a 30-pound catfish got off my line either, but anyways, yeah. Honestly, I was thinking about this a minute ago, but if you're fishing on a dock, this right here would be pretty cool if you could like put this over a stick or something to keep the fish in there, and you can see them, I guess, actively. Just drop them down in here like this. They go down in there. They can't get back up because of the system. Yeah, okay. Now listen, right now I don't have a pond nearby, and on this video I'll just be showing you the animations of what you'd be doing. So what we do first is you put this back over your head kind of like this. If I kill a wasp, it's going to kill me. Oh. And put it back over. I can't really do it because I'm in a confined space, so don't really take my word of doing this, but basically you just got to reel it back. If you're using one of these, you put one hand here, one hand here. I think it's called a speed stick. It's called a speed stick. Dang, these wasps are gonna kill me. Dang, dang, dang. I don't need to do that. Okay. You reel in with this. If you don't have a bobber, if you have a bobber, you need to sit there. Now, if you are going like 90 miles per hour down a river or a lake, I would not be fishing at that time. I'd wait until you get anchored or at least slowed down. You don't have to get anchored. I'd just be going about 5 miles per hour. About the same as if you were walking. But yeah, you reel in slowly like this, slow and steady. Use your wrist, not your arm. Because who likes the way that looks? Just your wrist. And also, I'll just tell you what these mean for memory. I think this knob right here is drag. And this one right here is something. I don't know. I don't know what this one is right here. This was what you reel with. Oh yeah, and also, of course, I don't know what state you live in, but make sure you have a fishing license and do the legal stuff for your area. Make sure you have tags on your boat. Everything legal. Just check into your check into your wildlife state thing. I'll tell you all about it. So, yeah. If there's a catch limit, don't catch over it. Basically, do all the legal stuff. What else is it? I think I'm almost done, but let me just tell you right now. I don't know. I mean, oh yeah, I don't know if I told you this already. I think I did in my mind, but what you need is a pocket knife, okay? Pocket knife. This right here helps with daily tasks, and when you're not fishing and when you're fishing. When you're fishing, it helps with cutting line, skinning a fish, cutting its head off, all of that. I'm sorry. I really hate if I just turn like thousands of people vegan there, but I don't know, I don't get that much views. I only get like 100, so it would probably be about 2 people. Anyways, so, algorithm, if you blow this video up, algorithm, I love you. I love everyone who's watching too, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, don't get off. Don't get off. If you are still here for some reason, thank you. But I know I was. We gotta talk now. If you came here for the fishing tutorial, you can get off. But if you're a real fan, one who watches my videos, if you watch and everything, you watch all my videos, you're a subscriber. If you are a real if you are in an Empire state of mind, you can keep watching. Now, for all you kept watching, we have some serious news. Now, yesterday I posted a video, and this wasn't my first time, but one time before I got something about child safety when I was driving a car or something. Anyways, YouTube deleted it, and my sister went through and fixed it. Anyways, we got another one today because yesterday I was shooting my bow with water balloons. I think you guys really like it, but I was shooting bows. I took my compound and my recurve, and I shot water balloons, and I got flagged for child safety or something. Anyways, I didn't like that. I didn't like that YouTube was saying stuff like that, so I went down and typed down that I have a son that does NASP because I did. I actually explained in our video. Anyways, I typed down that I did NASP, and my son, which was me, my son would really love to keep going, and he was supervised, which he was supervised by myself and my dad, because he was working and he was working around me, but he just wasn't in the video because he didn't want to interrupt. Anyways, yeah. Basically, everything I said in my appeal was true, but however, the only untrue thing about it was that I don't have a son. I am the son. But, anyways, yeah, I did that. I did a few other things. I just did a few other things, tell them to get monetized and stuff and get in that area. And I think within the next 2 years I should be monetized if I keep growing like I am right now. Now, if you have been watching ever since I've been watching, creating random stuff, I'm actually also going to, you know what? I'll save this for another video that I'm actually gonna make in about 10 seconds because I'm gonna stop this because you obviously came here for the tutorial on fishing, but thank you for watching. I'm gonna do a talking video soon.